Yo, what is up YouTube, man? In today's video, it's going to be a video you guys can relate to a lot. Bad point guards are going to lose you games in random rec. I'm sure you guys have played a lot of games in the rec, and if you have a bad point guard, it's going to be tough for everybody. I'm on my 6'6" build. I get put at the shooting guard position, which I'm fine with as long as my point guard's going to be able to make plays. I have no problem playing off ball. I mean, you guys see, I'm starting off the game, I'm getting hit on a cut. That's fine. I don't need the ball in my hand. I'm not trying to be a selfish player. You will see it a lot where people are just kind of playing out of their positions. Players are trying to do things that they don't normally do at that position, and when that ends up happening a lot, you'll get the case of having 4 players try to set you a screen all at once. That's not what you want in rec, in any type of game mode, whether that's 3s, 5s, Pro-Am rec. But even worse than that, what you really don't want is a bad point guard whenever you're playing with randoms. They can make the whole game harder for every single other player on the court. If they're not able to score the ball, then everybody's going to be staying home. If they're making bad passes, if they're throwing a lot of turnovers, that's going to lead to the other team getting fast breaks. This can be a difficult concept for people to understand, but if you can score efficiently, that's going to lead to better defense. If you can be set up on the defensive end rather than getting a bunch of turnovers, getting a bunch of missed shots, people being out on the break, people having to scramble to pick somebody up. If you're just scoring efficiently, if you're not throwing turnovers, the defense is going to be way better. You guys can see we are down quite a bit. Now, if you look at the stats, it doesn't really look like anything's too extreme. You know, there's nobody that's 0 for 10. You don't see anybody with a glaring, crazy stat line that you can just obviously point the finger at for you guys losing the game. The truth is, we're playing against a good team in RPG. He only has 2 points. He's got more turnovers than points. He is getting a decent amount of assists, so that is good. Also, the PG on the other team, he's not scoring a crazy amount. That's another good thing. You know, at least our guy is playing a bit of defense. But for the case of this game, we just cannot afford to have a bad PG at the helm. I'm doing what I can to try to keep us in it, but it's not going to be enough. And you really do hate to see it. It's frustrating for everybody on the court. In the half court, I'm not showing too many of these plays, but the offense is just very stalled out. There's just not a whole lot going for us. There's not too much three-point creation. There's not too much dribble penetration. I'm doing my absolute best to get these cuts, to get the ball in the fast break. You guys can see 28 points. Super efficient at that. I have the ball this possession. I end up going for a contact dunk right here, getting a Euro layup instead of it. We are slowly starting to creep up on him. You can see we're only down 7 in the 4th. We're able to get a stop. Anytime we can get a situation like this where they don't score, it's pretty much an automatic bucket for us. And the good news is, I've said this in previous videos, a game is never out of reach in random rec. You can bring back a lead, even if you're down 20 going into the 4th. Just a couple of stops, a couple of fast break points, hitting a couple of threes when the other team's misses wide open. The game is never out of reach now. You know, as you guys can see right here, 31 seconds left. We're down 1 point. We have the ball. This is exactly where we want to be. The PG ends up throwing a turnover, throwing a pass.
I get it back.
He's saying he's going to get it back, so we still got a good shot as long as we play some good defense. And the defense looking pretty solid so far. We're able to tip the passes. NBA 2K25, though, we're not able to get it. Looking at the stats, you guys can see it's not even the fact that he's 2 for 6. It's not the fact that he has 6 turnovers. I don't care about any of that. It was more so that possession right there, and it was more so the whole game. He just could not really do anything positive for us. He was looking to pass. He was a bad scorer. He was just not making great decisions with the ball. Speaking of great decisions, we call a timeout as we have a wide open fast break right there. We end up running out of time. I don't touch the ball. There's 0.3 seconds left. They try to throw the lob, and we end up losing the game by 1 point, even though I go 17 for 21, 2 for 2 from 3. And it's not enough. We definitely had our chance, and it's not even me being salty. It's not me being super upset at the guy that was at PG. It's just the truth of the matter. A bad PG is going to lose you a lot of games in random rec, especially too if you're relying on them to create. Now, me personally, whether I'm on a lock, a shooting guard, a power forward, a center, I can be the main player on the team. I just need, you know, somebody to assist me when they can. You know, I need my team not to throw turnovers. I need us to play a bit of defense, you know. I can score 50 points and get 30 rebounds, but if we're just giving up a bucket every single play, it's going to take more than 50 for us to win. I can doubt my teammates wide open every single play. They're just going to have to hit a few of the shots to make it happen. You guys can see in this gameplay, I'm at PG, and I specifically chose this game right here because I'm not doing anything special this game. I'm going to get some assists. I'm passing when people are passing. You can see right here, I end up passing the ball. He gives it back to me, so I'm able to get a dunk. I'm not even being super ball dominant. There's a lot of plays in this right here, man. Was a nice pass, little bounce lob, trying to hype up the team. But there's a lot of plays where I pass the ball and no one ends up scoring, no one ends up getting anything to happen, so the ball just kind of ends up sticking in the half court a bit. A lot of people think as a PG, you got to have a bunch of points. A lot of people think as a PG, you got to get a bunch of assists. A lot of people think as a PG, you got to be, you know, ball dominant, you got to create, you got to beat your matchup. None of that is true. It does not take a whole lot just to have a good game as a PG. It really is as simple as this. You know, I'm throwing the ball whenever I see somebody open. Whether they score or not, you know, I'm going to live with whatever happens. If I get an open drive, if I get an open shot, you can see right here, I'm seeing down court, the center, it looks like he has a pretty good drive now. Right there, that's a bit of a risky pass, and you will get some turnovers because of that, but I'm fine throwing some risky passes. It's better to, you know, get, you know, 2, 3, 4 turnovers and have 15 assists rather than, you know, have 5 assists and 1 turnover. A lot of people do not like to make the risky passes, especially too if you end up trying to make a pass and you get a turnover because of that early. A lot of point guards will get in their own heads. A lot of people think I need to pass more, I need to score more, but all you need to do is just play the game at your own pace. Take the shots when you're open, take the dunks when you're open, make the passes when they're open. Don't worry about the stats. Don't worry about if you're not getting a bunch of assists even though you're making good passes. Don't worry about, you know, not shooting as efficient as you want whenever the open shot is there. You do got to worry about if your teammates lose faith in you as a PG, and that can definitely be tough. But that rarely ever happens. I'll play with PGs that are 1 for 11 with 7 turnovers, and it seems like the power forward and center still throw them the ball on the inbounds. I don't know what it is. I guess people just icon A naturally, and they will keep doing that all game, all the way until you lose. You can see once again, starting off, I see a cut. They haven't been playing it well early on, so I'm making the pass. Again, they hit me on the fast break. I'm not the farthest one down, so I'm trying to hit the person that's going to be open after that. And again, man, it's nothing special this game. It's just me playing as a good PG, and that's all it takes is to be a good PG to win games in Random Rec. Just make sure you're not a bad PG. Now, if you want to make a point guard and you consider yourself not the best dribbler, not the best passer, you can even still be an effective PG just being able to play some good defense. I got the 6'6" PG build that really locks up other point guards. If you can have a better game than the one on the other team, that's going to go a long way. And I've played with so many bad PGs that, trust me, anybody can play PG in this game. But you do have a little bit of pressure on you, because if you're playing horrible, then believe me, you're going to lose a lot of games. You can play as a lock, a power forward, a shooting guard, and still win some games, even if you play bad, if the PG, if the center are having good games. But a bad point guard on your team is going to lose you games in the Random Rec. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Let me know who sells you the most in Random Rec. Is it PGs? Is it centers? Is it power forwards? Is it shooting guards, small forwards? Let me know what you guys play if you find that you win more on a certain position. I'm sure for a lot of people, whenever they're playing center, whenever they're playing point guard, they win a lot more games because they're able to control the flow of the game a lot better. Sometimes it can be tough as a shooting guard, as a power forward, to get into the flow, especially too if nobody's passing you the ball. If you did enjoy the video, if you do want to drop a like and subscribe, of course, I do appreciate it a ton, man. And this is Tonic. I will catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.